Well, Oxey Farm's in Middle England, very much Middle England. It's in Leicestershire, nearly the Rutland border, and we are truly rural here. The farm's about 1,500 acres altogether, 1,000 of which are owned and the rest is taken in on grass rental for the cattle. I think we've got 660 on the farm at the moment, of which 220-ish are suckler cows. They will all have calves, so there'll be nearly 220 calves because we've nearly finished calving. We run 10 bulls, and the rest of the followers on that are coming into the meat trade and fattening and going for breeding. They're South Devons, and they're South Devons because when we started looking for a suckler herd to do this, and we started in 1988, we wanted a native breed, and we wanted a breed we could get on with. There were one or two continental breeds that were a bit wild at heart, and we wanted something much quieter than that. So we went for South Devons because they're a big, well, you can see them in the field, they're a big cow. They're really very friendly. We don't have too much trouble with bad-tempered cows, and we wanted it to be, say, a native breed. For here, it's breeding for pedigrees for the pedigree herd to do our replacement heifers, and breeding for the meat trade. We do local things like Lawn Farm Foods, who have one every perhaps a fortnight, perhaps even more than that, and there are another 2 shops that take them on a similar basis. And then we have people who actually take on the young stock and rear them on for fattening. And then we sell some for fattening and for meat ourselves. So, and they go to local abattoirs. Grantham's one of them. APB pick up some. It just depends who's about at the right time. It is the best. And we're also breeding now. We're doing crossbred Anguses with them because we calve the heifers at 2 years old. And because they're really only babies when they calve, we like them to have a smaller calf. And a red Angus makes a smaller calf, so they have an easier calving. And of course, with Angus in the South Devon beef, we get a premium. Yes, we do name them. The males are all named after their father. So we've got one that's Nimrod. So if we keep one of his, he's Oxey Nimrod. If we keep a bull of his, that'll also be Oxey Nimrod, but it'll have another sequential number. And the cows are named after their families' names. Some have started here, some of where we bought them from initially. So one of our most prolific herds is Patience. So we've got quite a lot of Oxey Patiences. And Oxey Patience has a daughter, Oxey Patience, who has a daughter, Oxey Patience, but the numbers keep growing. So that's how we work them out. I'm an autumn person, but I think our favourite time has got to be the spring, because that's when all the calves are born and where it starts our year, and where the spring crops begin to look promising, which they're not doing this year yet. But when they look promising and the calves are all on the ground, it's got to be the most exciting part. So spring really, but I'm an autumn person. Yes, some. You can tell, not your Patience, your Prudence, you're something else, but the families look alike. So the families have a certain facial size, really, not to an expression, and you can tell them apart. You can walk into a field and say, oh, that's got there's another Patience, but tell them apart really, no.